Alright, let's talk about Tier 0 item recovery, because right now, it's got some serious issues. And with the way incapacitation works currently, it honestly makes even less sense than it did originally, when they were simply talking about it pre-release. Here's the problem. Players can currently knock you out using non-lethal methods, like punches, or using medical supplies. And in the meantime, while you're incapacitated, you become completely lootable until you fully die. That means if you get incapped, your best move is to immediately send yourself to the next medbed, because the longer you wait, the more likely you are to get looted. Now, according to CIG's official explanation, Tier 0 ensures that equipped items like your armor, weapons, and medpins are all preserved when you respawn, but anything stored in your inventory will remain on the corpse, making it available for looting. This includes backpacks and other containers, like the storage containers on armor. While equipped items stay on your corpse, they won't be interactable, meaning they can't be looted or duplicated. However, the issue here is that it only applies once you're fully dead, at least in the current 4.1 build, intended or not. If you're incapacitated instead, your gear can still be looted, meaning you can lose your stuff before you even get the chance to respawn. AG's original description doesn't make it clear that incapacitation still leaves players vulnerable, which is causing a lot of confusion among players. New and old players alike don't seem to even be aware that they can be fully looted if incapped. Honestly, and if this is working as intended, the Tier 0 item protection makes even less sense than it did originally to me. It's basically the old full loot system, but now with extra steps. Instead of just looting a body, players have to incap their target first. That's completely negated by the fact that players can just force a respawn to keep their gear by backspacing. And this honestly is where things really fall apart. Currently, a player can take your items, equip them, and then send their character to a medbed with no consequence, while walking away with all of your gear. This is like if players in Tarkov could loot you, and then backspace with zero loss once they have the good stuff. The reason this isn't a thing in full loot games is because there has to be some sort of risk involved in looting. In other games, if you steal something, you still have to extract with it. That gives looted players and their squad a chance to recover their gear, and ensures that some level of danger is included in cashing out. Right now, Star Citizen skips all of that. Just grab the loot, press a button, and you're safe. That's not a risk-reward system, that's broken. And in the current game, this already kills medical gameplay. There's no reason to sit around waiting for a revive when they can just press a button to keep their stuff, and avoid all risk of being looted entirely. My least favorite part about this is it doesn't really benefit anyone. PvE and limited loot players still have to worry about losing gear. New players who likely don't realize incapacitation works differently from death are especially vulnerable to this, making it practically a beginner's trap. Meanwhile, full loot PvP players now have to jump through extra hoops, hoping their target doesn't just force a respawn first. So who exactly does the system work for, and who does it benefit? If CIG's goal is to prevent subscriber item duplication, there are far better ways to handle it that don't completely mess with the game's core mechanics. Right now, Tier 0 item recovery is confusing, inconsistent, and possibly broken. Because CIG doesn't properly explain how this works in depth, or at least kept it ambiguous at minimum, we've got a ton of players walking around thinking their gear is safe when it's absolutely not currently. Right now, Star Citizen feels like it's stuck between a full loot shooter and a more traditional shooter where your standard loadout is kept between sessions and deaths, with a random mix of elements from both, which seem to be confusing the community more than anything. I'm hoping a future update sorts some of these things out, but they need to figure out what death means in this game, and what weight they want it to carry. I'm hoping their plans for the mass regen failure maybe sort some of this out, but it's unclear. Whether in-cap looting is an exploit or a feature, one thing's for sure, and needs to be addressed before it gets worse. So what are your thoughts? Is this intentional or a glitch? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Star Citizen updates. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the verse.